Yes, Nickelodeon is now on Xbox, but yet everything is pretty much locked because there's no Comcast provider on here. How am I supposed to enjoy this app if I can't find my cable operator? Good afternoon. Welcome to Coffee and Comics for today. I am your host, Jay Wheeler. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. We got, Review Thursday. We got a lot of news, some game stuff, some posters, some first look pictures, uh, some Firefly Shield, How I Met Your Mother kind of mixture action going on. Um, Review of the comic books that I've read, and that shall be it. Alright, so let's start off with the news for today. Alright, so if you love Firefly and you love A Person from How I Met Your Mother and new pictures of S.H.I.E.L.D., then you're in luck, people, because there is more images out of the preacher from Firefly as making his he's only making one, I think only one appearance in the new show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a professor. And there's also more pictures of the girl that plays Robin on How I Met Your Mother with Agent Coulson. And so there's a lot more pictures going out there on the interwebs, so be on the lookout for that. I'll put them up at the end of this video. I cannot wait for this show because they showed, I believe they showed an episode at Comic-Con, which I was not able to watch because there was too many people in line for that, but I hear great things. And it's from Joss Whedon, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. So, speaking of Joss Whedon, Michelle, I have lost her name. Michelle, that played Buffy, is also willing. She said that in a recent interview that she's willing to play Buffy again if it ever comes up. If Buffy ever needs to, if Buffy ever comes back, she will be gladly to play Buffy again, which would be amazing because, again, another Joss Whedon show that not Josh, because that's not his name. Joss Whedon. Another Joss Whedon show is amazing. That was the first show that got me hooked into science fiction and vampires and Joss Whedon and thinking, who is this amazing director and where can I find more stuff about him? So, yes, if that ever happens, look out for that because Buffy is amazing, Firefly is amazing, Dollhouse was amazing. I'm using a lot of amazing stuff here, but let's continue with the amazement. There's a Thor Dark World poster that just came out, and it looks pretty awesome. It's got everything that is going to be in the movie. It's got Thor, it's got his girlfriend Jane, it's got Loki in the background, it's got Asgard in the background. It's a pretty cool poster. Cannot speak, I'm sorry. It's a pretty cool poster. So, the movie will be out in October. As much as you guys cannot wait, I cannot wait either because there's that video that's floating around the interwebs of the guy that plays Loki came out after the Marvel panel and just went all in with his character Loki, and it was pretty awesome video. If you're at that panel, you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. So if you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's pretty cool. Alright, so now into some semi kind of not really wanting to see this movie, but probably going to have to go see it just to see how bad it is. But there's pictures now online of Mark Wahlberg at the Transformers 4, filming the Transformers 4 movie. He looks like he has some sort of big saber strapped to his back. I don't know. It looks important to the movie, but let's hope that this movie is not worse than 2 and 3. I didn't think 3 was that bad, but at the same time, 2 was horrible, and then 3 kind of redeemed itself, but now they're just making a completely new. They're rebooting the Transformers themselves. They're not rebooting the story. They're just like they're re they're making the Transformers a little more futuristic, and then you put Mark Wahlberg into this instead of Shia LaBeouf. So that's supposed to help the Transformers get a little more cooler, I guess. I don't know. Michael Bay is not really a favorite director of mine. Alright, so now, shall we get into some gaming news? The DLC for Bioshock Infinite came out yesterday. There's a video preview of it. It's a 50s. They go more into like the 50s now, and Booker DeWitt is back to being a detective, and he finds Elizabeth, and they're in the first world, the first Bioshock world, and so I guess it's like an offshoot story. But Booker DeWitt, they're doing that 50s detective where he has the trench coat and the hat and does his first person narration. It looks pretty awesome. So I may have to get Bioshock again because I played it and then I beat it and then I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? And I didn't know there was a DLC coming out until like after I sold it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go get that game again just to get the DLC. Secondly, if you know who Jessica Nigri is and you follow her, you know that she did a cosplay thing, but it was for a video game. So she went all the way to Japan, did promote and do these videos for this Japan video game called I can't remember. Killer is Death. It just came out in Japan for Xbox and PS3. I don't know when it's they didn't specify. She didn't specify when it's coming out or when it's hitting the States. But I've seen the preview, I've seen the videos that she's done, and I've seen the game previews. It looks it looks coming at you, and there's a lot of vibrant colors and a lot of action and a lot of very cool stuff. So if you want to see that video, it's online. Just check it out. And maybe follow Jessica Neary because she's pretty awesome as well. So, alright. Now, shall we get to the comic reviews? Alright, so yesterday I showed you the comic books that I was reading, and now let's go over the reviews. I do not have the comic books with me because they're over on my couch, and it would be horrible video taping if I just got up from this chair and from you guys and grabbed the comic books. So I'm probably just going to talk about them without it from memory. So let's try to do this. Alright, so the conclusion of Batman Incorporated, basically it shows Bruce and Alfred standing at two plots of, dead bodies, probably Damien's, and if you haven't read it yet, I'm not going to tell you who else it is. But there's two plots, and Commissioner Gordon comes and arrests Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is all messed up. Not like messed up here, because we know that, but like messed up in the face. But, so Commissioner Gordon takes him and has Bruce Wayne tell the whole tale of him fighting Talia al Ghul, and the basically Commissioner Gordon is interrogating Bruce Wayne, and so he just goes through that story. It's a pretty good story. It's a pretty good ending to that whole Batman Incorporated saga right there. And so I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty good ending and it kind of summed up a lot of things, but at the end of it, it kind of was like, oh shit, there's a lot more shit that's gonna hit the fan. So if you read Batman Incorporated, you'll love it. You'll love it from beginning to end, and you'll even love the ending even more because you're gonna know what's gonna come afterwards. So, secondly, after Batman Incorporated, it leads into Year Zero. So if you read this conclusion and then start Year Zero, it'll make a little more sense because they mention Year Zero. Bruce mentions Year Zero a little closer to the end, Batman Incorporated. So then when you read Year Zero, you'll understand. Oh, okay. But Year Zero, annual issue 2, pretty awesome. Again, it's a different artist this time. It's not the same artist from the previous 2 issues, which I don't know. I don't really like having DC do that where they take one artist and then make it amazing, and then they go, guess what, guys? We're going to switch to another artist. So, I don't know. I don't really like that, but issue 2, annual 2 of Year Zero, pretty amazing. So, check that out. The Flash annual issue 1 was good. They had the Flash and Hal Jordan were having lunch, and then they get transported into a battle arena, essentially. And so they have Green Lantern and the Flash fighting in like a gladiator type battle. And the Flash somehow uses his ring, or gets Green Lantern's ring and whoops ass. It's a pretty good issue if you love the Flash. And what I love about the Flash is that they've stuck to the same artist from issue 1 of the New 52 Flash. So that's what I love about this Flash, because it kind of fits the artist and the story and the way that they portray Flash in this comic book just kind of fits all together. So, Guardians of the Galaxy issue 5. What could I say about Guardians of the Galaxy that I've not already said? They introduced Spawn character into it, and it's I don't want to say amazing because I've said amazing this whole show. It blows my mind that I love this. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy are like my new favorite team of they're kind of misfits, kind of, but at the same time they're a pretty awesome team. So I can't wait for this movie. I love the issues, and the story so far is still a great story. So check that out. Alright, so that will be it for today. I did not have a chance to read the other 2 issues that I showed you, so that's why I'm not telling you about them, but I will later on, probably tomorrow's show as well. So please read more comic books, please subscribe, and have a good day.